Xavier was marred by a bench-clearing melee near the end of the game. Trash talking quickly escalated into punches. With 9 seconds left, Cincinnati's Yancey Gates landed a hard right hand on Kenny Freese's face of Xavier. He would leave the floor bloodied. This guy's 7'1", about 280 pounds, is a big guy. Xavier would win the game easily, 76-53, but the final score, obviously, an afterthought.
Fouls to give. All right, any other day, this would be the lead. Xavier Cincinnati, crosstown rivalry, for all the wrong reasons. Earlier in the week on a radio show, Sean Kilpatrick, when asked about Xavier's to Holloway, would he start for the Bearcats? He said, would he with the players we have now? I would say no. A lot of woofing leading up to this one early in the first half. Oh, yeah, Kilpatrick gets fouled, and he would hear it from the crowd. All right, so towards the end of the first half, Deion Dixon, Mark Lyons draws the charge. Lyons is pumped as the buzzer sounds at the end of the half. Watch the bench of Cincinnati talking, Lyons talking. That would be a little precursor of what was to come. We can't even show you what they said. Let's go second half. Xavier was dominating this one. Holloway, terrific point guard, but he likes to talk a lot. Lays it in. Getting the crowd involved. Holloway had 17 points, up 16 after the free throw. Later, Kenny Freese, 13 points, 13 rebounds. The follow flush. Xavier up 17. Then Lions. Xavier, they're a top 10 team. They don't need to talk. They don't need to woof. And then Holloway again talking to the Cincinnati bench. So now time winding down. Holloway and Gilon Gwynn getting each other's face, and then it's on. The ball flies, and then punches fly. Kenny Freese will get the worst of it. Just clocked by Yancey Gates, number 34 in black. He would also get kicked, it appears, while he was down. Freese would get help from the medical staff. Meanwhile, Gates continues to throw punches. He's a senior. This will be the last time playing in this rivalry. Chris Mack tries to get his guys off the floor. Mick Cronin, the Cincinnati coach, says, you guys get to the locker room. This game is called with 9.4 seconds left on the clock. Xavier wins, but all anyone could talk about was the despicable finish.
You know, that's what you're going to see from Xavier and Cincinnati. And we got disrespected a little bit before the game. Guys calling us out. We're a tougher team. We're grown men over here. We got a whole bunch of gangsters in the locker room, not thugs, but tough guys on the court. And we went out there and zipped them up at the end of the game. That's our motto, zip them up, and that's what we just did to them. On Twitter or whatever, one of those guys called me out, said I wouldn't start on their team or whatever the case may be. Then those guys saying they were better than us, but you don't talk before the game. It always go down. Well, you talk after the game, and you let your play on the court talk for you.
If somebody put their hands in your face or try to do something to you, where we from, you're going to do something back. You know, we're not going to sit there and get our face beat in by somebody like Yancey Gates or somebody. You don't let that happen. And y'all amp it up so much, it's like y'all make it animosity. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't do this. Like, this is a rivalry game, like what y'all expect from us.
If my players don't act the right way, they will never play another game at Cincinnati. Right now, I just told my guys, I will decide. I'm going to meet with my AD and my president, and I'm going to decide who's on the team going forward. That's what the University of Cincinnati's about, period. I told them the way I feel. I've never been this embarrassed. I'm hoping President Williams doesn't ask me to resign after that. I made everybody take their jersey off, and they will not put it on again until they have a full understanding of where they go to school and what the university stands for and how lucky they are to even be there, let alone have a scholarship. Because there's a whole lot of kids that can't pay for college. They're all sitting in there with no jersey on. Some of them, I physically took them off.
Amazing stuff in Cincinnati. Now, both the A-10 and Big East commissioners say they are going to review what happened. The presidents of both schools condemned the behavior of their players. Cincinnati president Dr. Gregory Williams released a statement that read in part, quote, I appreciate Coach Cronin's strong post-game comments, and I want to support his position that this behavior is not what we expect of representatives of the University of Cincinnati. It should be noted, Cincinnati's next game will be Wednesday against Wright State on ESPN2.